New world order. New world order. New world order.
This game sucks. Let's get it over with. Wu-Tang Shaolin Style is a game developed by Paradox Development and published by Activision. Yes, you heard right, that Activision. This is a game that was giving me hella nostalgia. For some reason, I remember the little things like the character designs, but that's about it. Replaying it has ruined every bit of love I have for this game, by the way. Hell, I think less of Wu-Tang now. I know some of you are like me and may be wondering, how the hell did a Wu-Tang game get made? Well, let me tell you. Ever heard of a game called Thrill Kill? No? That's because it never came out. Alright, stop. Alright, my bad. Thrill Kill was the game Paradox Development was making before Wu-Tang Shaolin Style, and it was gonna come out on October 1998, a year before Wu-Tang actually did. They wanted to make a game that could compare to Mortal Kombat, especially the gore part of it, but they went even further beyond by calling some of their move names like Bitch Slap, Swallow This, Crotch Crush, and Minor 69er.
Weird, buddy. You're weird.
Minor 69er. I don't even know what they were going for with that name, by the way. I don't want to know. With the move names and a lot of the characters have been super sexualized and the gore been over the top, they received an adults only rating.
Woke up, I look at the computer say, Floyd said, fuck T.I., fuck Nelly, fuck 50. I'm like, what did he say fuck me for?
And then they started to scramble to censor things and get back to that illustrious, mature rating. But there wasn't enough. Virgin Interactive was originally going to be the ones to publish the game at the time, but then they were bought by EA. Yes, you heard right, that EA. And we all know how EA gets down when it comes to these developers and these games.
Ooh, a fresh pie? Save me a slice. That's good. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's... All right, that's good. Okay. All right, okay, all right. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's enough slices!
EA had an internal meeting and decided to scrap the entire game, even though it was pretty much already done. And they had a sequel planned out. EA said it didn't fit their corporate image. I wonder if it'll fit it now. And what makes this worse is that Paradox Development found out not from EA, but through articles online. Articles online in the 90s. They had to load them pages for 30 seconds just to read that they got fired. The devs even received different offers from other publishers, but EA was like, nah, we own it and it will never see the light of day. Officially, of course, because there are bootlegs out there somewhere. Now, while the devs were talking to other publishers, Activision was looking for somebody to make a game about the Wu-Tang Clan and apparently also a P. Diddy game that would have been like Parappa the Rapper. But all in all, the Thrill Kill devs decided, hey, we want to do a Wu-Tang Clan game, crunch development to swap assets and characters from Thrill Kill and turn them into Wu-Tang characters. Even though most of the developers didn't care or know about the Wu-Tang Clan at all, they still got it done. And in a year, they released the game on December 2nd, 1999, with it being one of the earliest games focused directly on actual rappers, besides whatever this game was. When you load the game up, you hear this hype-ass song with a montage of CGI cutscenes that look shitty, even for back then. They look like a terrible episode of the PJs. Wu-Tang Shaolin Style doesn't have a lot of content, just story and verses with half of the characters being locked until you beat each of the Wu-Tang Clan members' story. Okay, that's fine, so I decided to do story mode. Here, you can pick which member you want to be, and they all have a little description with them. Also, at the end, they like to slide in what fighting technique each of them has. Some use swords, the fists, daggers. ODB was just a joint nigga. But two stood out to me. Iron nigga. Like they don't explain it either. Like I get that his nickname was Iron Man, Tony Stark, etc. But this nigga don't fit here at all. And my favorite, who I ended up picking, is Method Man. He was just a black man with a sledgehammer, nothing more, nothing less. Imagine you see all these niggas posed ready to fight you. They got different martial art techniques, pulling out knives and swords, and then you look to the right and you see one person just pulls out a sledgehammer. That's the nigga you should be worried about. He has pure power and he is trying to make sure there is nothing left of you. Get out while you can. Also, the characters aren't that cool looking either. Like, they just like a bunch of people who will try to rob you. And the robot, I guess. So after picking Method Man as my character, you get to see these wonderful cinematics. Again, you see a bunch of martial artists practicing and getting a big exposition dump about taking over the world, etc. Blah, 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 blah. And that the one power that can stop them is the powerful Wu-Tang Clan, whose master is his best friend apparently. And he wants to take that power and then no one will be able to stop him. Because the only thing that can stop him is the Wu-Tang Clan power, whatever that is. Then you see this bald dude with the Wu-Tang Clan logo on his head walk into the house, almost gets snuck by RZA, and then basically says some mumbo jumbo about sneak attacks about, who cares? Who really cares? RZA leaves, and you see the enemy ninja hop in through every opening and capture the bald dude. The big bald nigga shows up, whose name is Mongzu, and he does the typical villain speech and asks for the Wu-Tang secrets. But bro strong ass broke out of the chains and almost kills him before being knocked out, and somehow that triggered RZA, and he knew that something was wrong with their master, who is named Zen, I guess. How the f did he know something was wrong? He was slumped over, probably high and drunk with the game, and he got a premonition that something happened? Is it that explained? F no. But they suit up, rush over, and see the destroyed room and a golden ball land on the ground. I want y'all to hear how they figured out who took him and how terrible it sounds.
Hey, yo, there's a costume party running through the alley.
Mongzu,
The hell you say? What?
the old enemy of Shaolin. They've taken Master Zen. We have to help him.
They had to be in the recording studio for 10 minutes or less, cause this is ass.
What?
What the f did Method Man even say, by the way?
There's a costume party running through the alley.
And RZA's so smart, he figured out everything. This shit's so freaking dumb, bro. Here's the first gameplay you see, and it's not good. I might even say it's ass. This is apparently Staten Island. This square ass alleyway with flaming barrels. Yeah, that's something about right. Everything turns with the D-pad, by the way. Your character and camera at the same time. Luckily, you don't gotta do much but walk into these dark openings to begin your first fight. But God, terrible times back in the day, terrible times. And your first fight is you getting jumped. The controls actually don't feel too awful. Square and triangle are your punches, X and circle are your kicks, L1 is your block, and I guess not pressing nothing sometimes works. And sometimes it's the biggest issue with the controls. Combos and attacks sometimes work and sometimes don't. It's very janky. And while you're fighting, you are building up a meter, and once it's full, you activate it using, I actually don't know. I just mashed all the face buttons. It works every time, I guess. But when you do activate it, you get this sparkling aura around you. And that makes you faster and way stronger. I mean ridiculously stronger. To the point if you miss one block, you're pretty much dead. One combo is a full life bar. The word balance does not exist in this game. The story mode works like this. There are only 3 hub areas: Staten Island, Chinatown, and China? I don't know. I don't know what they were going for either. While playing through this the first time, I actually learned a few things. 1, the AI is either brain dead or input reading. Whenever I had to fight with somebody, they sucked. They always die and then I get jumped. So the best thing for you to do is jump them first. Every Wu-Tang member seems to have a doppelganger who fights like them, and I'm guessing that's why the development only took a year. Find one combo and spam. It'll save your life. You'll see why soon. But back to the story. After fighting a bunch of minions, Wu-Tang Clan finally catches up with the kidnappers, and they see one of the big bad villains, a black chick with an afro named Hey Mudan. I had to look up the names, I'm not gonna lie. And I believe this cutscene speaks for itself.
These bad little boys need a spanking.
It's kind of funny, and even though she looks dried up, they were still thinking about hitting it until she did that one slice move. But then you're left to face off against the henchmen and end up in Chinatown. Now, we do the same thing again. Go through the doors, fight different people. Also, I didn't mention this, but every time you load into a fight, it gives you a little snippet as to who you're fighting and what you have to do. And below they give you a hint for your quest. What quest? Aren't we supposed to be rescuing our master and that's it? I didn't know what those cryptic hints meant, but it ended up being very, very, very important. But my dumbass ignored it and kept going. Fought through every level, and eventually you get to a point where they tell you we're going after them. We're finna head to China. So I need you to hold them off in the airport while the rest of us board the plane.
I beg your pardon?
By myself? Boy, f you. I'm fighting for my goddamn life. Thankfully, they only have 1 HP, but I'm pretty sure that the Wu just didn't like me, bro. They wanted to abandon me. They said, f me, I guess. After you hold them off, you just get a wall of text saying you did it. They boarded the plane, yay. And then after that, you get a cutscene of the Wu-Tang Clan on a plane going to China. And then the hard cuts and you see Master Zen being tied up and being tortured for the secrets of Wu. And it turns out the secret location or whatever are tattooed on his chest. Kind of a stupid place to keep your ancient secrets, by the way. You might as well go ahead and tattoo your social security number on that bitch, Goofy. What's wrong with you? But once Mongzu sees that the secret is the tattoo on this man's chest, he does one of the most horrific and darkest things I've seen in one of these older games ever. Look at this. He just cut the skin off bro's chest and then raised it up in the air laughing manically as he celebrated his victory. That shit is kind of sick though. It's kind of sick. At first he was the weak as hell, typical ass villain, but now I see about that action. And why didn't RZA get a vision this time, huh? You went all That's So Raven earlier. Now you don't get to see your mans getting sliced and diced. But anyway, we're in the final area, China. Doesn't look like it. And at this point, the only thing we have left are the big three. The first one you fight is Afro Lady. Her gimmick is she has these clones and there's 3 of her. I beat their ass easily. It wasn't that hard. But then we get to the fight that made me stop playing and I had to come out the next day. This fake ass Raiden beat me so many times. Like, look at this nigga foot game. It is immaculate. He is literally reading my inputs, bruh. Every other character fought with regular weapons in hands. Not this nigga. He is the god of lightning doing all types of shit. And he kept parrying me, bruh. He bitched me out, bruh. He bitched me out. He bitched me, bruh. So I went to sleep, all right? I went to sleep and came back better than ever. I'm a better man. And finally beat him the next day. And when I finally beat him, you know what was next? Mongzu. Wait. Why are the credits rolling? Where's the final boss? Where's this nigga at? So, remember those quest hints I was talking about earlier? Right before the fight with Fake Raiden, you're told you need 35 chambers to face off against Mongzu. Right before the fight. What are chambers, you ask? Wu-Tang has an album called Into the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. And randomly throughout the game, I was collecting random chambers I didn't know why or how. So here's the thing. The 36 chambers are challenges you have to complete in order to fight the final boss. But you only find this out at the end of the game. So basically, I was on a dead end path no matter what because they didn't tell me. How do you see what you have to do? Not in the story mode. You have to go back out to the main menu, go to options, chamber and secrets, select the character you're currently playing, and from there you can see what chambers you're missing. It's so dumb, bro. Why is it not just in the story mode? Why wouldn't it just tell you when you hover over it after every match? But you know what? It's fine. I can just go back and collect the ones I missed, right? It made me replay the entire thing again. I almost quit and played something else, but my pride wouldn't let me, bro. My pride wouldn't let me. I ain't gotta impress nobody. But enemy was calling me a p***, so I had to do it. But first, I went to the training room to find a new spam combo. And while I was there, I discovered how bad the combo system is. Look at this button combination. Are you successfully putting this off mid-fight while you're getting jumped? No, nigga. I'm guessing it will work better with a fight stick, but how many people had a fighting stick on PS1? And why the f would you play Wu-Tang Clan Shaolin style and whip out a fighting stick?
My brother in Christ, you are scaring the hoes.
In the process of looking up PS1 fight sticks, I saw this monstrosity. Some people who actually bought the game got this controller. This weak ass Mad Catz controller. Shit, it's worse to be honest, but I digress. I learned my new combo with Method Man and then went back to collect all of them chambers. But this time with Gore turned on, because I looked up the parental code. Yes, there was a parental code. I know it's a small change, but seeing body parts and blood makes the game slightly better, I cannot lie. They had an adults only rating before, and they didn't want to get in trouble this time. But while fighting, I discovered this as well. This game has fatalities.
I'm a true fist of the North Star. Try it.
So after beating every level, collecting all the chambers, which took me about 30 to 40 minutes, I went back to fake raiding, and at this point, I'm pretty much a master of this game. And with my new improved combo, I spam the hell out of that nigga. Mangzu shows up, offs his man, and tells you to come get some. It's time for the final fight. At first, I see him and I thought, all he got is a fan, and he ain't no shit. And at first it was true. I 3-stocked him and thought it was over. Then he made the comeback of the century and proceeded to dog walk me. He activated that meter and fucked me up. It came down to the wire, but I got that last hit and finally finished the game. Now we see this cutscene, Mangzu talking shit on the ground, and it turns out that that gold thing RZA picked up earlier was a gas bomb. Right. Zoo activates his shit and starts talking crazy.
Who's your daddy now, boy?
Then his master says some weak inspiring shit, and RZA decides I'm gonna use the second gas bomb and puts it in Mangzu's mouth and sprints outside. With, I guess, the Wu-Tang's power, I don't know, this story is ass. The place blows up, the day is saved, and I guess the master did die from getting his skin cut off because he ended up in the sky like Mufasa. And that's it. Credits roll, and we get an ending finally. One of the devs looked like Martin Luther King Jr. for some reason, but that's it. Back to the title screen you go. No special endings for none of the characters, like Mortal Kombat got. And to unlock every other character, you have to beat the game while collecting all the chambers with each Wu-Tang Clan member, seeing the same cutscenes and the same ending over and over and over again. F that. This game sucks. I'm never playing it again. The nostalgia is gone. The best thing about this game is the music. That's it. And even that is limited because they only got like 3 real Wu-Tang Clan songs. I don't know what made me play this game. I definitely need a palate cleanser. It might be time to get some vendetta.
But nobody ever beats me.
Wu World Order. Wu World Order. Wu World Order. Wu World Order. Wu World Order.